Well, good morning and welcome to Stroke of Genius Show Executive Experience. I'm your host, Aaron Avila. I am owner and CEO of Stroke TV Media. In today's introduction, because for me it's something really important, but if I'm introducing a topic, a series I'll be doing on servant leadership. And because I think what I'm learning over this period of time I've been doing this, servant leadership is a cornerstone, a foundation of running a successful and profitable business. So I think it's really important that we understand what servant leadership is. Again, if you're out there in the audience, please feel free to make a comment. If you bring up your company name, I'll be more than happy to give you a shout out. But I think it's important that we start out by talking about servant leadership. And for those that may not know me, I ran a company for about 12 years before my stroke. And you know, what better way to start out this series about servant leadership but to give you let's see if we got a comment. Let's see what that is. Well, guess Keith Taylor's out there. Keith Taylor, great to see you. I believe he's an entrepreneur. And I would say a good example of what a servant leader is, but he is strength after stroke. And he again uses stroke to be a servant leader to make not only the business community but also the stroke community a better place. But let me take a minute to tell you what a servant leader is. I think the best way to tell you is to share what it's not. Share what the old way of thinking was back in the day. Sir, basically, you had a construct, a company construct of a corporate boss that was always usurping authority over the servants. So you have and over the employees. The employees served the boss. So the boss was always trying to usurp authority and control over the employees. But servant leadership is the opposite. Servant leadership asks the boss asks himself, how may I serve the employees? How may I serve and the company as a whole? Asks, may we serve our clients? How can we provide a better service to them? What do they need? See, it's not about control, it's not about talking out somebody. It's serving the people, your clients, your employees, whatever. That is true servant leadership. They're asking what you could do for them, what best helps them. And this again, that's only a part one of a series that I'm going to do. So let me play my little show bumper. Hold on.
Welcome to the Stroke of Genius Show, Executive Experience. And now, here's your host, CEO Aaron Avila.
Well, again, welcome to Stroke of Genius Show Executive Experience. This is part one of a series that I'll be delving into, taking a deeper dive into, hopefully having guests on my show that will drive home and give us examples of what being a servant leader is. I think I'm going to tell you a story. For those that don't know me, I know my past before my stroke. I own my own company, and my wife and I ran my own company for probably about 12 years prior to this. And I was a water storage tank company and marine harvesting. I did pumping system, marine harvesting systems, large capacity water storage tanks. But I used to rent an office from a guy named Ted. And he's coming quite frequently and say, Aaron, you need to stop running a zero sum game, a zero sum company. And he's irritated the way out of me because I didn't fully understand what he kept meaning by a zero sum game. But I realize now that he's gone, he's passed, and I'm here. I was running my company looking out for number one me. How much can I make up the client? How much can I get off them? That was a zero sum game. But now I ask, how may I serve you? How may I serve the client? How may I serve my stroke survivor in the world? Because we're not looking what we can get out of the relationship necessarily. We're looking at what can we provide, what value, what service can we provide to that person to make their life better. So it's important to not get caught, I must say, ego. I had a big ego back when I ran my company before this. And I used to get irritated at people that would argue with me. But in reality, it was just an ego. I should have been asking, how may I serve the client? How may I serve my employee? How can I make their life better? As you know, if you remember C-suite um, network, they reach the 3 R's: relevance, reach, and reciprocity. The reciprocity is what can I do for you? I want you to know that Stroke of Genius Show Executive Experience wants to become more and more valuable to the business community. And I think as I delve into this topic of being a servant leader, that I will begin to learn myself more and more because I don't know it all. I'm not Jeff Hazel. I tend to more handsome. Who said that? But I will be bringing on people like hopefully Jeff Hazel, Trisha Ben. I have I'm going to tell you his name here in just a minute. Hold on. And I think it's important. I'm bringing on guests like us. My Stefan Pojek from CEO of CAC, which is Corporate Health Consulting. He is going to be coming on along. I'll be getting more and more guests that get this ball rolling about servant leadership. And this will be an ongoing series. But again, I think it's important that we all understand what servant leadership is. We're not dictating to people. It's not dictatorship. Ask what can I do for the client? What can I do for my employee to make their life better? How may I serve you? In fact, when you can be a guest on my show, on this Executive Experience show, one of the first questions I'm going to ask you is how Stroke of Genius Show can serve you. How can you best be served by our show? So I want to encourage you, if you want to come on my show, maybe you want to come be my guest during this segment, during this series of servant leadership. Maybe you feel you have something to say. Please reach out to me, message me or email. Look me up on LinkedIn and connect with me and come be a guest on this show. Because I'm going to tell you right now, my attitude is one of being a servant to you. Because as I serve you, and this is true for anybody out there, as I serve you, my fellow business person, I learn. And before I wouldn't do that, but I think as we do the topic servant leadership, we really come to know that. And I want to remind you on July 14th, I have Steve Poshik. I have Steven Poshik, CEO of Corporate Health Consulting, on July 14th. But, I really think it's important that we understand and ask, how may we serve the client? How may I serve you? How can Stroke of Genius executive experience be of value to you? I think probably as we, it's become such a coined phrase, I'm a servant leader. Well, I'm saying, are you asking how may I serve you? How may I serve the client? If you want to run a successful business, think of it like a waiter. The part outside the dishwasher, probably the least person respected by people. But it is a servant that is the most powerful. It is a servant we look to that serves us our food. But if you think about it, he is key and pivotal to making your experience better. So we need to ask ourselves, how can we make that experience better for our clients, for our customer, for whatever we're going for? But is it important? I'm a little nervous about this because really the first. Oh, look at this! I guess see Keith, you're out there. Please, if you consider being a guest on the series, because uh I think it's a needed topic. And if you be considered being a guest, think about it. You don't answer me right now. But I want to really expand this concept of servant leadership. I want to do a series. But I want you to read this. I want you to take a minute, read this. But Keith is also a good brother of mine. And that's really awesome. Now we're gonna have Keith Taylor on the show to discuss servant leadership because there's one guy that has really made the impact on my life. You could tell Keith is a servant leader because there's something about a servant leader that they ask you what they could do for you. How can they make you better? They're not looking to elevate themselves, looking for turning bank on you. How much money can I take it for? They're asking, what do you need? How can I serve you? So many times we as business entrepreneurs, we get fixated on profit and all about the money and making ends meet. It really is not. What's been changing my movement, my Stroke TV media movement, is focusing on not necessarily my bottom line, my money. I can meet up the person. The question I have is, how may I help my stroke survivor? How may I help them be a better person? How may I help them excel in what their love life as stroke survivor? And yes, you may not be dealing with stroke survivors, but you deal with people on a daily basis and your client. And you need to ask yourself, what can I do for them to make their lives better, make their experience better? That is truly a servant leader. In fact, I don't know how many of you were able to make the Barefoot Wine interview. The original founders of Barefoot Wine before Gallup purchased them. And they really run a construct of servant leadership. If you remember the C-Suite Network, Jeff Hazlett, Trisha Ben, they don't just say it, they live it. If you're anywhere like me, where you could take away a tangible energy from Jeff or Trisha Ben about being a servant. They have every right, every power because of who they are. Jeff Hazlett was a global business celebrity. Trisha Ben, again, extremely successful woman. And they could demand respect. They don't. They are my examples of what a servant leader is. I really come down to being there for people. Jeff Hazlett, is a friend of mine. And he didn't have to reach out to me, didn't have to talk to me. He was, he's Jeff Hazlett. I'm the stroke survivor with speech deficit. And Jeff Hazlett could have basically wrote me off, said, I'm not going to waste my time with this guy. But again, being a servant leader, he said, how can I help you? Me, a stroke survivor, I'm being asked by Global Business Lobby, Jeffy Hazlett, how can I help you? Here, let me send you some honey from the Hazlett Ranch. I mean, Jeff Hazlett, the people in the C-Suite Network, not just saying servant leader, they are living servant leader. You want to know what it is. You want to know what it is. I'll show you by example. Join the C-Suite Network. Get to know Trisha. Get to know Jeff. Get to know all the members in the C-Suite Network. And you'll find they are servant leaders. They don't just say it, they live it. So what I'm saying to you today, as we go through, let's go, and I can't 30 minutes go by so quick. But if we go through looking what a servant leader is, it is critical and what it is not. The old business construct that used to be prevalent in all the businesses that I knew back in my day, and I'm gonna say way back when, is the employees, the team served the boss. The boss ended up trying to get control, authority, and usurp the authority of the employees and also clients. How much money can I make up them? But now reality. Nowadays, business done in servant leadership. You want to run a successful business. You want to run a successful business. What you're doing, endeavor. Stroke TV Media is using the same principle of servant leadership, and we continue to grow. I haven't totally got the scale, and I'm fairly small, but as you change your focus from who you are, what your company is, and what they can get out of each client or what they can squeeze out of each employee, and you begin to ask yourself as an owner, how may I serve my people? How may I serve my employee? How may I serve my client? Your profitability will go up. Your your profitability, your influence will begin to increase. I only see this from my experience. The more I learned about being a servant leader, the more I begin to direct Stroke TV Media because I'm building my attention is big Stroke TV Media into a global media empire. Not just, I don't think small. I'm gonna think big, act bigger. I want to build Stroke TV Media into a media empire. How am I gonna do that? Am I gonna force everybody to follow me? No. I'm gonna serve people. I'm gonna serve you. I'm here. Stroke Teacher of Genius Show is here to make your company bigger. Thank you for whatever that is. I don't know. Forget to log in. Probably, I'd guess it's my sister Shay Patterson. As you watch Stroke TV Media continue to grow, you're going to see servant leadership is my way of doing my movement. I encourage you to be here next Friday at 9 a.m. Definitely have some more notes and really spend some time because I have something inside me, this energy about servant leadership is really foundational and core for all of us, and especially me learning it. So I'm going to share with you during the week, during the next Friday, what I'm learning about servant leadership. But again, I don't know if I could do it in half an hour. But I want to thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up. Keith Teller, thank you for being out there, bro. Appreciate it. Shay Patterson, thank you for being out there. So I wanted to encourage you to be here next Friday at 9 a.m. And I definitely have some more information, more detailed information, and more on servant leadership. Again, this is going to be a series. So I appreciate you coming by. Thank you very much.